We're right here at Station 12 with a group of the Yonkers, Yonkers firemen, actually Yonkers Bravest. They work as a team. When most of us are running out, they are running in. And they run into Chris's car on, March 11, 2011?
March 11, 2010.
2010, a year before. So Chris, what do you remember about that day, and what you have to say about the group that saved your life?
Wow, I appreciate everything that they took from me. On that day, I was just going home. I just collided with another vehicle. And within minutes, Firehouse, they just got in. They just came back out because they were just coming from another fire. So I'm very lucky to be there.
It was a two-person fight. It looked like one person just ran back into the middle.
Guys, it's important to understand that it's not just one hero here, it's all of them. They work as a team, they protect the citizens of Yonkers, regardless who that person is. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
Now, Chris, since that day, you went away for a few years. You moved out of town. Did you went out for to another city for therapy? And
I did a lot. I had to leave New York in general just to start new. It's hard, but being from 310 pounds being in New York was pretty bad. Went down south, stood there for 6 years, did a lot of therapy, CrossFit, things like that. Went all the way down to 215, and from there I'm 229.
and now you're back in Yonkers
I'm back in
as a
Yonkers.
permanent resident of Yonkers, or just temporary?
Well, coming back permanent, trying to do my thing here all over again. Back with Kawasaki Railcar Incorporation, building and fixing trades.
Now, Lieutenant,
Yes.
tell us a little bit of what you remember of that day. I know that, what happened? Give me a timeline of that day.
I'll give you a brief from what I remember. We got dispatched for a car fire, possibly someone in the car. An engine and a ladder truck responded to it. I was on the ladder truck. I believe the other firemen were on the engine. When we got on scene, the guys from the engine company started to extinguish the fire with fire extinguishers while they were stretching a hose line. They were able to knock the fire down and prevent serious burns to Chris here, while the ladder company started to do an extrication, cutting the door off. He had a roll cage in the car. We had to cut the roll cage out. I believe his legs were pinned under the dashboard, and it took a little bit of time, but we got him out, and he was in like a semi-conscious state, and I had my doubts he was going to make it at that time, and to see him healthy and walking around today, it's amazing.
Now, Lieutenant, how long did the whole thing take? From the time that you got there to the time that Chris was removed from the car? Do you remember?
What do you guys think? Maybe 15
minutes maybe?
Yeah, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
It seems like a long time, but there was a lot of work that goes into it. We had to take the roof off the car, take the door off. We had to roll the dashboard out and cut that roll cage out. There was a lot of it going into it. And before we could even start that, these guys had to get the fire out.
Now, Chris, I don't know if you know this, but the Yonkers Fire Department are one of the best rated fire department in the nation.
Yes, sir.
Do you think they are, or is this just a hot talk?
No, it's not all talk. It's Yonkers. Always got to fight for that one.
No.
But they're always number one.
I second that motion because I see them work. I see them work almost on daily basis. It's like a Rolex, precisely.
That's what we had to do.
Fireman Rough. Rough Duff. There you go.
Yeah.
Tell us what you remember of that day.
I just remember pulling up to the car. It was in bad shape, and I remember seeing flames and coming to the realization there was an individual trapped inside the car. And then I just remember all of us coming together to do our thing and get Chris out safely and get him home to his family.
Safely and effectively.
And effectively. And here he is, thankfully.
Now, Duff, seeing Chris today and seeing Chris that day, did a miracle happen?
It's a wonderful thing. It's really nice for somebody to come back and just say thank you. And it feels good to know that we made a difference. and help somebody in.
Now, I'm happy that the life was saved, but you guys do that on daily basis. You guys are always out there saving somebody. When somebody are running out of cars or buildings, you guys are running in to save someone. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Very, very good to see you.
Now, you here watching silently. Tell us what you have to say about this.
I'm just happy that we can make a difference, like Jimmy said. I'm happy that we can make a difference in the city of Yonkers, and that he turned out okay, and he's healthy, back to being semi-normal, you know? Well, normal.
Normal.
But yeah, I understand that one.
You know what I mean.
Now, Chris, what's next for you? What's your plans? What are the plans for the future?
Still me doing my thing for working, get my other house and call it a day and just live life with me and my kids.
Now, how many kids you have?
I have 3.
How old are they?
12 going on 13, 4 going on 5, 1 going on 2.
So the older was just a little guy when that happened to you.
My daughter she was only 4 years old, 3 years old, 3 and a half going on 4.
Well, thank you very much to all of you, and thank you for the service that you do for the city of Yonkers.
Thank you.
Thank you.